Hello there. Out here in the studio, working with my buddy, getting ready to do some wallpapering. So I'm working on putting this fireplace mantle here against the wall, and above it I want to use some wallpaper. Well, I'm not really going to use wallpaper. I went out to the Dollar Tree and I got some of this shelf lining that I want to put above the mantle here, starting towards the end of the wall over there all the way down, roughly about 10 feet. 10 feet by about 3 feet. So I picked up about 6 rolls of these, and they were about 25 each. And I'm just going to line them up side by side down the wall here. Now, I did do a little test piece earlier, and this has been on here for a couple months. Well, not a couple months, maybe a month. I wanted to see if this would leave a residue on the wall here before I kind of put this stuff on the wall. And I'm happy to say that it didn't. And it peels off nice and easy. No residue. Now, I will say that, I use a kerosene heater out here. So if I were to leave this on the wall up here, the part that's not covered would probably continue to darken up, and if I pulled this off after the end of the winter, I'm sure that this part up here would be a little bit lighter than the part that didn't have this on here. So I'm not sure how long I'm going to keep it up, at least through maybe November. I need to enjoy this because it's middle of October out here, and I'm kind of late in getting this stuff up. So I want to leave it up for a little bit so I can enjoy it. But that's the project for tonight. Stick around and you can watch me do it, and we'll see how it turns out. Well, I think I'm going to move my little friend here because I don't want him to fall, hurt himself. He's already got a broken arm I need to fix. So I'm going to start right here, about midway, and then kind of work my way down to the end of the wall there. And I'll just going to use some scissors and a knife, like a little razor blade. The thing I need to be careful with is I don't want to damage this wall. I don't want to put a bunch of little knife blades in it or scratches because I really do like the wall. And this paneling here was rather expensive. Well, it's even more expensive now. Back when I got it, I paid about $4 a piece for it. Now it's like double that, so I want to be careful with it. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to just kind of square this edge out because I took some scissors earlier to make my little test strip, so I want to go back and clean this edge up so that it fits tightly up against the wall there. And then naturally, the first piece here is going to be the hardest piece because I want to fit it around some of this trim. Now, this piece, since it's above the mantle here, I'm going to go ahead and cut it. And there's a little gap about, I don't know, 1/4 inch between the mantle and the wall, so I'm just going to slide the blade through there, and I shouldn't cut that wall. Alright, so I'm going to finish doing the rest of this wall here, and then I'll show you what it looks like. I'm moving down the wall here, and it's actually going on rather smoothly. Now, for the last couple months, I've been contemplating what I wanted to do with this wall here. And I wanted to put some type of a wallpaper on here. And if you recall, or if you watched any of the videos on the channel there relating to the Haunted Mansion Halloween party that Aaron had last fall, his one wall, he had put some foam, made like a fake wall and stapled foam to it. And then he painted it. And then he used his Cricut, or his wife's Cricut, and made some stencils out of it. Painted the whole thing like a burgundy or a red, and then with the Cricut he made these stencils and he painted it gold, and it looked really nice. So that's kind of what I wanted to do here, but I didn't really want to nail anything to this wall here that I already have, and I didn't want to damage it in any way. And so I even thought about using like craft paper and painting that and putting it on the wall, but I was at the Dollar Tree and I saw this and I thought, man, I think this might work. So that's why I did the little test strip on the wall, and I must say this is a lot easier and a lot cheaper. I'll probably have about, I don't know, $10 or $12 in these little rolls here, and like I said, it's going up pretty fast, and hopefully when I go to tear it down or take it off, it'll come off easy, which I think it will. The test strip did. And of course, you know, if you don't like this design, they have all different types of styles as far as designs. They have stripes, solids. Now, the only difference, I think, buying this at the Dollar Tree or buying it like at one of your big box stores is you don't get very much on these rolls here. Still the same quality, I believe. It's just a smaller roll. So if you find something that you like, it may be cheaper to buy it at a big box store. You'll pay a little bit more for the bigger roll, but there might be more on it. And in the long run, it might save you some money. I gotta go back and clean this off. My daughter had a party out here for after prom last year. A few of her friends were over here, so she had decorations up. This is just one of my work weekends out here in the CP. Like I said, I'm running behind this year. I think I overwhelmed myself with all the things I wanted to do. So I'm spending the day out here trying to get some stuff done. I was over at Aaron's house last night, helping him out with some of his projects. His party's in 2 weeks. We actually started building an upright piano. You believe that? You'll have to check out that video when I post it. Got that cut, not too bad. Use this little straight edge there. I also took a couple little pieces that I had left over that I cut there and stuck up here. I had a couple spots where I cut the paper a little short, so I just wanted to hide the wood. You know, the more I look at this, the more I think that it's awful bright. Now I'm not sure yet, I may take some black paint and maybe kind of dilute it a little bit, kind of put it on a rag, and maybe wipe this down with it, just to kind of darken this up a little bit, to give it a little more of a aged look. I'm not sure yet. Have to wait and see. I may do like a test piece just to test it and see how it'll work. I mean, this is waterproof, so I shouldn't damage the wood. But I'm not sure how well the paint will stick to this. It's kind of shiny and it's made to not be absorbent. Well, I just had perhaps a brilliant idea. I thought it'd kind of look nice to have like a board or something here just to kind of separate the wallpaper and the wood, kind of a transition piece. And I don't want to put anything on there that's going to damage my wall, like I said earlier. So I didn't want to do any wood or anything like that. But I do have some of this blue painter's tape. So I went outside and I kind of taped one piece to a piece of wood and took my black spray paint and sprayed it. So I think I'm going to tape it at the bottom of the wallpaper there to use this as my transition piece. It's almost dry. As soon as it's dry, I'll put it up there. So I'll do a section there and a section back there, and I think it'll work out good. I still got a little bit of a blue tint to it, but think it'll work. Maybe. It's still sticky. Yeah. Got my fingerprint there, but that's okay. Gives it a nice, cleaner look. I like it. Well, it's kind of strange not having the black tape up here visually, but I'm not going to worry about it because I'm going to have stuff in the manual and you won't see that anyways. So, it's fine. Well, I'm going to take my painter's tape here and paint some more of it black and finish it up. Well, I thought I was recording, but apparently I wasn't. I went ahead and took some craft paint, put it in a little container, and then added water. Now, the purpose for that was to take and rub that mixture on to this paper to take the shine off, make it look a little older. I think it looks a lot better. So I went through and basically used some watered down paint. And I didn't use a lot of paint, just a little bit of paint and mostly water. Used a paper towel and just went up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down the whole length. And it gave it a little bit of a non-shiny effect. It kind of toned it down some, made it look a little older. So the background now is more of a grayish color than a real bright white. I like the look a lot better. Well, I'm going to wrap this video up. It was a fun little project. Hope you enjoyed it. If you like these type of videos, consider subscribing to the channel. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and give it a try. In fact, I'm going to keep this in my arsenal of wall decorations because I think it's going to be something I'm going to use maybe in the future also. I can see using it awful lot. Assuming this comes off okay, which I think it will. I'll let you know. But that's going to wrap this video up. Talk to you later.